Peace and welcome to another Oddly Familiar. Today we have an episode all about the Nintendo 64. We have covered many Nintendo 64 tracks before, but now we have 10 all new ones, and a few of them are viewer submissions. So a big shout out to anyone who submits Oddly Familiar tracks, and with no further delay, here is 10 Oddly Familiar Nintendo 64 tracks. Yeah. Number 10 is from the main menu of WrestleMania 2000. And here is Pantera, Psycho Holiday. First off, this is one of the viewer submissions that I was talking about. When comparing the two tracks, they both have the same main guitar riff. The notes might not be the exact same, but the feel is there. And if you follow the channel, you know we have listened to a lot of Pantera before. So as soon as I heard the WrestleMania track, I heard the similarity. The intros have the same build-up where you hear the snare drum being hit repeatedly. Now if that wasn't enough, later in the song you can hear a variation of the guitar. And both of the tracks have that same variation. Our number 9 spot is Army Men, SARGE'S Heroes, the bathroom theme. And here's Van Halen, You Really Got Me. Yet another viewer submission, and I do gotta agree, I hear the similarity also. As soon as I heard the bathroom theme, I could hear David Lee Roth saying You Really Got Me. And if you want to take it back even further, this song originates from 1964 when it was recorded by the KINKS. There are other versions of the song. I won't go through every single one, but I did want to at least mention the original. Number 8, Wave Race 64, The Dolphin Park. And here is Mary Tyler Moore's theme song.
Why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all.
This one was submitted by a few people, so a big thanks to everyone who submitted it. This one seems to be kind of a short segment. It's not the entire length of the track, but that certain part does seem to be inspired by Mary Tyler Moore's theme. It could just be a coincidence, but that doesn't stop us from talking about it. Lucky number 7, Bomberman 64, The Second Attack, Boss Intro 1, Astral Night. And that would be from 007, the James Bond theme. Bomberman 64, The Second Attack was released on December 3rd of 1999, and the James Bond theme dates back to Dr. No, released in 1962. And as a bonus, from GoldenEye 007, here is the James Bond theme. I figure since they both are from the Nintendo 64, they use the same hardware. So let's give it a listen. Number 6 is for Mario Party, the Options House theme.
Good evening. Yeah.
And here is CRUIS'N EXOTICA, Booty Shaker.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up! Yeah.
Another viewer submission, and they tell us about how both of the tracks have the same vocal sample. And they are right. That same good evening, ladies and gentlemen, can be found in both of the tracks. This is an easy one to put on the list because both of the games can be found on the Nintendo 64, so it's a perfect fit. CRUIS'N EXOTICA was released in arcades in 1999 and on the Nintendo 64 in 2000, a few years after Mario Party was released in 1998. If anyone knows the source, feel free to let us know and we'll throw it in a future episode.
Good evening. Yeah.
Number 5, Killer Instinct Gold, Stonehenge. And Conan the Destroyer, the intro theme. For our number 5 slot, we have some trumpets on an anthem-style beat. It could be coincidence, but when you look at the character Tusk, you can see how he would fit in the Conan universe. If you look at the description of Tusk, you'll see him listed as a legendary barbarian. Conan the Destroyer just happens to be a sequel of Conan the Barbarian. I would chalk this one up as paying homage, and maybe a slight parody. The character of Conan dates all the way back to 1932, while Tusk debuted in the 1996 arcade game Killer Instinct 2. Unlucky number 4, Banjo-Kazooie, Ant Hill, Mumbo's Mountain, the original theme. And here is Baby Elephant Walk. This one may not sound very similar, but the composer Grant Kirkhope himself stated his Banjo-Kazooie track is a slowed down version of what was intended to be the world's main theme, and that it's based off of Baby Elephant Walk, so this is not only inspired, but admittedly so. And you might know Baby Elephant Walk from The Simpsons. Number 3, Quake, the main menu theme. And 9 Inch Nails, Terrible Lie.
Why are you doing this to me? Am I not living?
This one obviously comes from the Nintendo 64 version of the game, as this is the Nintendo 64 episode. But the story begins on the PC, and the original soundtrack that was produced and arranged by Trent Reznor, who happens to be the man and the brains behind 9 Inch Nails. His soundtrack was not used on the N64 version, but it was a version that emulates the sounds, but just different enough to avoid legal actions from Trent Reznor. Number 2, Paper Mario, Nice to Meet You, the Japanese version only. And here is is West Side Story, America.
Puerto Rico, my heart's deep.
The Paper Mario version only appears in the Japanese version of the game. There is speculation that the theme was too similar to the West Side Story song, and to avoid any problems, Nintendo of America replaced the track. Sometimes tracks like this might slip through the cracks. If they didn't, this series, oddly familiar, might not even exist. So quick shout out to all the producers paying homage. Our number one slot today comes from Wave Race 64, Castle City. And here's Kool and the Gang, Summer Madness. If you can't hear it right away, listen for that synthesizer that increases in octaves as it goes. Many people might know this track by Kool and the Gang because it was sampled by Will Smith for his song Summertime. I personally like the title that Will Smith gave the track, paying homage right in the name. This is just another example of how popular Kool and the Gang really are. We are talking about a group with 23 studio albums, 17 compilation albums, 4 live albums, and 68 singles to their name. The exact opposite of a one-hit wonder. So another episode of Oddly Familiar comes to a close. And we were thinking around here, maybe it's time to come up with a name for our crew. Angry Joe has his Angry Army, Dr. Disrespect has his Champions Club, Hulk Hogan had Hulkamania. So what should we call anybody and everybody who subscribes and likes to take part in Oddly Familiar? Leave a comment below with your idea, and in the next episode we will mention a few of the popular ones and let everyone vote. Anyways, from now until then, I am ICC, thanks for watching, peace.